and welcome back to Devolution magazine, Devlog. We're here at Download 2024, and with me, I've got E from the band that everyone's talking about right now, who are about to probably rip everyone's heads off with their new record, Heriot. Hello, thanks for joining us.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Oh, mate, I have got to talk to you about something. I put on Foul Void the other day, and they were like, new Heriot's in, and I was not prepared for that, man. That is a new level of heavy.
Oh, thank you.
I sent Debbie a message. I was like, that just, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, we've really tried to up our game with the record. Working with Josh Middleton, he's so knowledgeable. Obviously, he's written so many fucking albums. But he always said, like, you know, when you approach a record, don't have like filler. Make sure that each record can stand on its own and be someone's favourite track potentially.
Yeah.
So every track that we've done, as experimental and weird as some may be, we've really put our all into it. So
Absolutely. I mean, I thought, like, 'cause I've been doing this business for about 30 years. I thought I've heard every type of heavy, but I was trying to explain to someone the other day, like, they said, explain to me the Heriot sound. Just like, they've managed to carve out their own sound. They don't sound like anyone else. And how would you say that is? I mean, we were trying to work it out, because I know June's like, he's like a big Deftones fan on the drums.
Yeah.
And you can hear a bit of that, and like, obviously, Debbie's just her own beast. Like, you know, there's no one doing that, and all the respect from the guitar community as well. So how is that tone? Like, how did you arrive at that sound?
Mate, honestly, I think we genuinely just stumbled upon it. Like, I think it's purely because although we all like the same stuff, when we're not in the band, I mean, I personally, myself and Julian, don't really listen to metal.
Right.
Nor does Debbie. Debbie loves Billie Eilish.
Right.
I like just a lot of other stuff. And I think just because of that, it becomes a bit of a melting pot. And mate, honestly, we've stumbled on something that, you know, like even we can't say, I don't think there's a band that sounds like that. I can't think of, you can tell influences from the stuff that we've done.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting, actually, because one of the things about your sound is that it doesn't sound contrived. And maybe that is because you don't listen to much metal, because then you go to it with a very pure aspect, like, you know, unwavering by what's happening at the moment, what the new thing is.
So like when we write, we don't write, so I mean, you might write a riff, you might write maybe like a verse riff, but I mean, a lot of our stuff isn't structured like that.
Right.
It's not verse, chorus, verse, bridge, chorus, like, it's just, okay, well, let's try this bit next, and like, we're very good at like not red taping each other, not just going, that's a shit idea, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, try it.
Yeah.
Give it a go. Okay, we'll try like this, try like that. And we're very good at pushing each other to do that. So
That's
then
good.
It basically works out not maybe like a usual structure to like a metal song, but puts us aside from, you know, other bands.
And that thinking is like maybe I don't know, the key to the success of it is because there's a sort of total non-compromise thing, like, you know, where it's just, you can just do what feels good, you know.
Yeah, and I think we're lucky as well, because like people don't have a specific of what they expect from us. Like, they expect it to be heavy.
Yeah.
And that can be electronically heavy, that can be heavy guitars, that can be heavy like just bass and drum bits. Like, heavy is such a, you know, it's not a specific thing.
Absolutely.
In metal, people assume it's breakdowns and then like a halftime breakdown, like, but it didn't have to be that.
Oh no.
So like when we started playing with it, it was just like, oh, we are, you know, we can do what we want.
Yeah.
And we're lucky that people don't go, oh, well, I expect this when I listen to Heriot. You might listen to Machine Head and like want like harmonics and stuff, and like there's a lot of things that you expect from certain bands, but because we've got that free reign, it almost makes us want to keep exploring even more, because we'll never settle for like half-assed. If we're going to do something different, we're going to do it like the whole part.
Absolutely, and you set out your stall early, and with the right people as well. Props has to be given to Church Road Records.
Yeah, sure.
I just find Sammy's A&R Nous unbelievable.
He's just got his finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
And I remember all the conversations, man. Me and Judy would have back from practice back to Swindon, and sitting on material, just being like, why is no one hearing this? Why is like, and then he finally gave us that opportunity, and however far we go, however long we do it for, we'll be forever grateful for like him and Justine for
Absolutely. Yeah, I interviewed him earlier on this year for an employed to serve thing, but it kind of ended up being a Church Road thing. Yeah. And he loves the fact that he's a springboard for like bands like yourselves. Like, you know, they're you just know if it's gone through Church Road, that's quality.
Mate, exactly. Because like, we used to listen to Holy Raw, obviously that went, but then Church Road was like the label that if you want to hear up and coming bands, that's what you listen to. And I was just listening to them. Any new thing that came out, I'd listen to it.
Yeah,
so
you just know it's going to be quality.
Yeah, you know it's going to be good, and it was so nice to then be a part of that because I was already listening to that stuff, and I was like, cool, and then it worked out that way.
Yeah, and absolutely. And now you're with Century Media, that's a big coup, isn't it? So, have you noticed a step up to the big league sort of thing, or is it just business as usual?
Yeah, it's kind of business as usual. We are very kind of like anal about the stuff that we do. We make sure that we're still creative. Everything we kind of do, we do in-house. A lot of like the artwork. We started to spread out a little bit more, but creative control is what we wanted.
Yeah.
So to find a label that big, to have that much exposure, to allow us to still do that. Because I mean, they even said to us, they were like, so in some of the new stuff, we've got like choruses, or even just repeated sections, which we don't usually have. But they said to us, they were like, you know, if you do that, you might get to a wider audience.
Yeah.
But if you don't and you stay as you are, regardless of what that is, we'll back you. And that's all we want. It's like, we can do that if we want, we cannot do it. So sometimes have, sometimes don't. But mate,
it's an enviable position to be in. This early on as well, being like you set out your stall as a band will do exactly what they want. Yeah. And there's a lot of bands who wish they'd done that. You know,
mate, honestly, it's like we're meeting a lot of people in the industry. Obviously, we've had maybe 4 or 5 years now of like kind of mixing with those sort of people.
Yeah.
You hear horror stories about like they get loads of money from a band and they just go, cool, absolutely, yeah. And then it's just like, well, okay, well, we want you to sound like this, and to get that, you have to sound like this. And it's like, put them on a narrow path, but ours is just doors are open, do what you want. As long as we think it's cool, we'll roll with it. And like, we're proud of what we've done.
Yeah, I am buzzing to hear your new record because I was going to say there's a problem with bands sometimes if they do a Slayer and do like their Rain in Blood. Yeah, and it's a classic, and nothing you do after that's ever going to...
That's it.
But I do hope it's your Rain in Blood.
Thank you, man. Like, we've got some peers that we really like, kind of look up to. Ollie from Stack Dress is one in particular. Very like good at kind of like looking at everything that he creates, putting so much work into everything. So regardless how far you move on, you can look back and be like, I'm really proud of that. That's an era that's really great. Yeah. And that's just such a great mindset. Like he's I think he's like 5 years younger than me. So he's got a lot of like time on his head, but he's already there. Yeah. And I'm like, I should be thinking like that. So we're all very much just like, we need to make sure everything we do is 110%.
Oh, absolutely. And I should imagine lots of touring in the future for you.
Hopefully, yeah. That's it. We've got Fit for an Autopsy, Silosis, Darkest Hour.
That is a sick bill.
Really cool. And then, we hope the album will open doors. I mean, that's kind of like, we love putting out music just for the sake of putting out. Yeah. But if it can then open the doors to do some bucket list stuff. Then
well, I mean, like, Foul Void was just such a bomb. Like, it must be funny for you as a musician knowing you got a few of those in your war chest. You know, just like chuck them over the barriers.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's got some. It kind of dipped into a bit of experimentation here and there, like with all of the tracks that we've done. See them well received.
Well, that's what we expect from you guys.
Yeah,
we'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Yeah, that's it. Like, we're never going to do the same. Like, because we'll look at that and be like, we've done that.
Yeah, man. Oh well, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
And yes, hopefully see you again soon down the line.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much. All right.